For the next part, I have 5 1/3 divided by -5 and 1/9. First, instead of having common denominators like I did when I add and subtract, I have to make both of these improper fractions. So this one, 5 times 3 would give me 15 plus 1, give me 16 over 3, divided by, over here, I have 9 times 5, which is 45, plus 1, which is 46, over 9. This one was a positive number. This one was a negative number. Now, I don't do division or fraction, so I'm going to change that to multiplication. So I leave the first number alone. Then I multiply by the reciprocal. So that means 9 over -46. Now I'm going to proceed to find some places to cancel so I can reduce early. I notice that 3 goes into both of these numbers, so 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. I also notice both of these numbers will cut in half. So I'm going to cut this one in half and make it 8. Cut this one in half and it's -23. I don't see any more opportunities to cancel. Went out of focus for a second. So now I can multiply straight across the top. 8 times 3, which is 24. And then 1 times -23 is -23. So if I was to write this as a mixed number, I would do 24 divided by 23. 23 will not go into 2, but 23 will go into 24 one time. And there'll be 1 left over. So it's going to be 1 for my whole number, and 1 over 23 for my fraction, and it is a negative number. For the next one, I have 97 times 54. So 97 times 54. 4 times 7 is 28. I'll carry a 2. 4 times 9 is 36. Plus 2 would be 38. Put my placeholder. 5 times 7 would be 35. So we'll carry a 3. 5 times 9 is 45. Plus 3 would be 48. When I add, I have 8, 13, 12, and 5. So 5,238. Next one, I'm going to line up my decimals. I have 1.765. I have 0.65. And I have 234.9. I would go ahead and put some zeros in there as placeholders to make sure I get everything lined up correctly. First column is a 5. Next column I get 11. Next I have 13 plus 10, which would be 23. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. Then a 3, and then a 2. My decimal goes straight down. 237.315. Or 237 and 315 thousandths. Next one, I have a negative plus a positive. Since the signs are different, we're going to subtract and keep the sign of the larger one. So I have 124 and 54, and I said we were going to subtract, and we would keep the sign of the larger one. So the larger one, larger absolute value, would be negative. Number 14, I have 883.2 divided by 2.4. Remember, we make the number on the outside a whole number, so we're moving it one place. So we have to move the one on the inside one place. So it goes straight up, and our decimal is not to be worried about again. The number 24 will not go into 8. But the number 24 will go into 88. And it'll go about 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. We carry a 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus that 1 is 7. When we subtract, we have 16. We bring down our 3. 24 will go into 163. Approximately 6 times. So 6 times 4 would be 24. We carry a 2. 6 times 2 is 12, plus those 2 would be 14. Go ahead and subtract. and get 19. Then we bring down our 2. 24 will go in there approximately 8 times. 8 times 4 would be 32. Carry 3. 8 times 2 would be 16. Plus those 3 would be 19. So our answer is going to be 368. The next one, we have a negative times a positive, which is a negative, and we're multiplying. So we're going to have 34 times 5. 5 times 4 is 20. Carry a 2. 5 times 3 is 15. Plus 2 will be 17. Negative times positive was a negative. Number 16. We have 1325 divided by 25. $25 will not go into 1. 25 will not go into 13. 25 will go into 132. 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry 2. 5 times 2 is 10, plus those 2 is 12. So we're left with 7. Bring down our 5. 25 will go into 75 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And nothing left over, so our answer is 53. Number 17. We have 65 plus 479 plus 8. Get those lined up. So we have 9 and 8, which is 17, plus 5, which would be 22. So we carry 2. We have 13 plus 2, which would be 15. Carry 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. Answer of 552. Number 18, we have a negative times a negative, which is going to be a positive, so our negatives just canceled out. We can't multiply in mixed number form, so we need to make them improper fractions. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 would be 14 over 3. We're multiplying that by 10 times 1, which is 10, plus 5 would be 15 over 10. We look for opportunities to reduce early. I see a 3 and a 15. Those are both divisible by 3. I also see both of these will reduce by 2. So half of 14 is 7, half of 10 is 5. Then I see 5 over 5. I know that will cancel to be 1. So I'm left with just 7 over 1, or 7. The last two are my order of operations problems, so I want to make sure that I work these in order. Remember, our steps are parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division in order from left to right, and then addition and subtraction in order from left to right. I have no parentheses, I have no exponents, so now I'm going to multiply and divide in order. So here I see a division. 32 divided by negative 2 would be negative 16, so I have negative 14 plus negative 16. Plus, over here I have another multiply, so I have negative 2 times 9, which would be negative 18. I've gotten rid of all of these steps. Now I'm down to add, subtract, and I do that in order from left to right. Here I would add these together. They're both negative, so I'm going to have a negative number. 14 and 16 would give me a negative 30. Plus I have a negative 18. Same sign, so I'm going to add the numbers and keep the sign. So that would be a negative 48. And then for number 20, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to follow my order of operations. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division in order from left to right, and addition, subtraction in order from left to right. Notice first I have parentheses, so I would take care of that. 30 plus negative 6. The signs are different, so I'm going to subtract, and that would be 24. So I have negative 6 times 24 divided by negative 3 plus 7. No more parentheses. Also notice I don't have exponents. So I'm going to multiply and divide in order from left to right. So if I'm going from left to right, I have negative 6 times 24. So I have 144, and I know it's going to be negative. Then I have division by -3. So I have 144 divided by 3. 3 will not go into 1, but 3 will go into 14 4 times, leaving 2 left over. Then I'm going to bring down my 4. 3 will go into 24 8 times. 8 times 3 is 24. So it's going to give me a 48. And then at the end I have this plus 7. So when I add 7 to that, I'm going to get 55. Notice here we had a negative divided by negative, which made a positive, and that gave these the same sign, so we could add them together.